It is my pleasure to welcome you to the 2019 Senior Academic Achievers Banquet. I am Dr. Scott McClanahan, and I am the Assistant Superintendent of Secondary Education, and it is my pleasure to be with you on this very special occasion. Not only tonight are we recognizing our top students in the senior class from University High School and Waco High School, but this year we get the fantastic pleasure of recognizing our first cohort of graduates from McClanahan Community College with their associate's degrees. Tonight we will recognize 30 students who have graduated already or who will graduate next Tuesday night with their associate's degrees. And I think that's pretty spectacular and deserves a round of applause. Before we get started, I want to take this opportunity to introduce some very special guests that we have with us tonight. First, our Board of Trustees Vice President, Mr. Alan Sykes. Board Trustee, Miss Angela Tikel. Board Trustee, Mr. Kerry Dupuy. Our Superintendent, Dr. Hazel Rowe. Members of the Superintendent's Cabinet who are here tonight, our Assistant Superintendent of Operations, Mr. Israel Carrera. Our Assistant Superintendent of Technology and Innovation, Mr. Darvis Griffin. Assistant Superintendent of Communications and Community Engagement, Mr. Kyle DeBeer. Assistant Superintendent of School Improvement, Ms. Yolanda Williams. Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources, Ms. Elaine Bateo. We also have the Chief Executive Officer of Transformation Waco, Dr. Robin McDurham. University High School Principal, Dr. Ricky Edison. And Waco High School Principal, Mr. Ed Lev. Parents, educators, students, I am so proud that you are all here with us tonight, and I am so glad that you get to celebrate with us these marvelous accomplishments of our students. Thank you, and I'm going to turn this over to Miss Lisa Saxenian, who will introduce our guest speaker for tonight.
Good evening to everyone. We are glad you're here with us this evening to have what a great celebration for our seniors. What a success. I'd like to take a minute on the back of the program and acknowledge a couple of people that helped make this happen. Just for a second, special thanks to the Advanced Academics Department, Carla Donaldson, the Waco High and University High Orchestra, the Waco Professional Firefighters, Sally and Johnny Bledsoe, Marshall Stuman, Dr. Philip Myatt, and Jose Yao and Charles Petrie. You know, it always takes a lot of people to make a big event happen. So thanks to them. I would like to introduce to you a special friend to Waco ISD, Mr. David Horner. Mr. David Horner joined the Brazos Education Foundation Service Corporation in 2001 and currently serves as Director of Development. His professional experience also includes 30 years in the banking industry. He earned his BBA and MBA from Baylor and also is a CPA. He was president of the WISD Adopt a School Council and the first Adopt a School Business Coordinator. He served on the Waco High CDMC, and his daughter Abigail graduated from Waco High. At this time, I would like Mr. Horner to please join me. I told him he only gets 2 minutes, I promise.
I thought she said 20 minutes. Good evening. It's an honor and a pleasure for me to be here tonight. I'm humbled that you would invite me to this great occasion. Before I present the special recognition, I want to talk about a few historical events that have shaped the life of our foundation and this country. Last summer, we lost our CEO, Murray Watson Jr. He left a wonderful, lasting legacy for us. To us, as well as many others, Mr. Watson is a giant in McClanahan County in the state of Texas. He's a graduate of Mart High School, Baylor University, and Baylor University Law School. He lived a life of service to others. He was a successful lawyer, an entrepreneur, a rancher, a legislator. He served in the legislature from 1957 to 1973, first as a representative and then as a senator. He was responsible for championing the legislation to create TSCC and many other notable things. He was also instrumental in founding the Brazos Higher Education Service Corporation here in Waco. It grew to be the largest holder of student loans in the country. In 2008, Mr. Watson and the board established the Brazos Education Foundation, which I represent tonight. At that time, they began by giving 4 $600 scholarships at 4 McClanahan County schools. Today, we are giving scholarships at 12 McClanahan County schools. The largest of each one of those 12 schools has one $16,000 scholarship and 2 runner-up scholarships of $500 each. Waco High and University were 2 of the first recipients of this award, and they have received these awards every year since then, including tonight's recognition. We have funds for emergency on a case-by-case basis. One of my favorite stories is one of our scholars had his car towed. He parked in the wrong place down in Austin. They picked it up. He needed $40 to get it out. He neglected to tell anybody. He was trying to figure that out for himself, and instead of asking for help, he waited a couple of weeks, and by the time we finally found out about it, it was a $400 ticket. So waiting is not always a good idea. Be sure and ask for help. You may or may not get it, but sometimes it's better to help when the problem is smaller. The foundation offers training twice a year on issues that help our scholars be successful. For instance, budgeting, navigating financial aid, preparing resumes, interview skills. Every other year, we offer etiquette training. We've given awards to 214 students since our inception, and we currently have 48 active students at 18 Texas colleges and universities. Now, I've heard many speeches over my life, or read, and there's 3 speeches that speak to me. And they were delivered by historical giants, and they helped shape this country and continue to this day to impact at least me. I remember Dr. Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech. I saw that on TV. That's one of the good things about being old. You get to see a lot of things. He delivered it on August 28, 1963, on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. Part of his speech was, "I say to you today, my friends, so even though we face difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live up to the meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal." Another impactful speech to me was John F. Kennedy's inaugural address on January 20th, 1961, part of which he said, "And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. My fellow citizens of the world, ask not what America will do for you, but what we can do together for the freedom of man." Finally, and y'all have to bear with me on this because this is my favorite. November 19th, 1863, President Abraham Lincoln, near Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, on a battlefield, said these words, "Fourscore and 7 years ago, our father brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any other nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little notice nor long remember what we say here, but it will never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living, rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion for the cause that they gave their last full measure of devotion. That we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation, under God, shall have a new rebirth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, and for the people will not perish from the earth. Now, although these speeches were delivered a long time ago, they still resonate today. Their call for action is the same now as it was then. Protect our nation, protect our form of government. Today, I fear a great divide in our country on many issues. I believe that the future of government of the people, for the people, by the people is in your hands. The main goal of education is to teach you to think for yourself, how to evaluate situations, gather information, advance your ideas, to learn when and how to compromise. Your ability and willingness to keep an open mind and to think and act in a reasonable manner is critical. Hopefully, if you grow wise enough and work hard enough and learn to approach the world from a viewpoint of inclusiveness and caring for your fellow man, we can navigate our challenges and do our part to ensure that the dead truly did not die in vain, and that government of the people, by the people, and for the people shall not perish from this earth. My challenge to you today is to ask you to study hard, to prepare yourself to be informed and active citizens. You are, in fact, the soldiers as we march forward to determine the future. Now, today we're here to have a special recognition, and that is to present the 2019 Brazos Education Foundation scholarships. These scholarships are awarded to Waco High and University high school graduates who not only perform academically, but also demonstrate leadership qualities and who serve their communities. So I'd like to ask Mr. Love and Dr. Edison to come up and help me present these awards. Okay. For University High, the first semifinalist is Gabriela Vendada. The second semifinalist, which can probably accept for both of them since it's your twin sister, is Savannah Vinyada. Oh, here they come. Right on cue. All right. Thank you very much. For Waco High, the first semifinalist is Rachel Stevens. And the second semifinalist is Haley Wise, and we'll present her at another time. And the 2019 Brazos Education Scholar for Waco High is Amor Kaur. And for University High School, the winner is Marisol Enriquez Ramirez. Congratulations to the scholarship winners and to every one of the participants that earned the right to be here at this banquet tonight. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. My name is Renee Jacinto, and I serve as the Academic Advising Specialist over at University High School. It brings me great joy to recognize these academic achievers tonight, who I adore, each and every one of them. Our first person that we'd like to recognize tonight is Giselle Aguilar. Guest educator, Roberto Aguilar, Maria Aguilar, and Renee Jacinto. The next guest we'd like to recognize is Paulina Aguilar. Guest educator Felipe Aguilar, Paula Aguilar, Magdalena Aguilar. And Paulina is a graduate of McClanahan Community College in the summer of 2018. Jose Areola, guest educator guests include Jose Areola, Alejandra Reyes, and Alex Tandy. Ana Badillo, guests include Julie Badillo, Martin Badillo, and Stephanie Bailey. Ana will be one of our graduates next Tuesday night at McClanahan Community College. Naya Banda, guests include Rachel Banda, Juan Banda, and Jeff Cunningham. Dana Bautista, guests include Maria Sierra, Fernando Gutierrez, Lenny De La Rosa. Juan Cruz, guests include Sofia Estrada, Samantha Cruz, and Jennifer Bond. Angel Dominguez, guests include Renee Dominguez, Enriqueta Iyoki. Lisbeth Duarte Tavera, guests include Elizabeth Tavera, Guadalupe Duarte, and Renee Jacinto. Lisbeth will be one of the graduates at McClanahan Community College next Tuesday night. Marisol Enriquez Ramirez, guests include Enriquez, Jose Enriquez, and Renee Jacinto. Marisol will be one of our MCC graduates next week. Gustavo Flores, guests include Guillermo Flores, Guillermina Flores, and Andrew Chapman. Natalie Franco, guests include Magdalena Cortez, George Weaver, and Mirtala Molar. She will also be graduating from McClanahan Community College next week. Next, we have Daniel Garcia Jr. Guests include Amanda Garcia, Daniel Garcia Sr., and William Taverner. Dasmine Garcia. Guests include Javier Garcia, Claudia Arjon, and she will be graduating from McClanahan Community College next week. Nelly Alejandra Garcia. Guests include Guadalupe Castillo, Saul Garcia, and Darlene Miller. Next, we have Tracy Camille Gibson. Guests include Catherine Gibson, Brent Gibson, and Christina Ellis. Mia Gutierrez. Guests include Tanya Gutierrez, Evan Teo, and Andrea Moore. Mr. Jake Haynes is next. Guests include Blake Haynes and Eva Haynes. Jake will be graduating from McClanahan Community College next week. We have Ivan Herrera Oliva. Guests include Erika Oliva and Ever Herrera and William Taverner. Asael Lopez Silva. Guests include Sonia Silva and Israel Lopez and Matt Menifee. Julio Lopez. Guests include Carla Quintana Lopez and Julio Lopez and Caitlin Lehman. Axel Guadalupe Martinez Alvarado. Guests include Martin Martinez and Devin Lee. Nicholas Martinez. Guests include Jessica Gonzalez, Rachel Martinez Baker. Magnolia Oliphant. Guests include Shelley Meisher and Lucy Murphy. Magnolia will be graduating from McClanahan Community College next week. Lillian Olvera. Guests include Katrina Vera and Pauline Olvera and Lucy Murphy. Lillian will be graduating from MCC next week. Paula Ortiz. Guests include Nora Ortiz, Jesus Ortiz, and Celisa Harrell. Carlos Padron Martinez. Guests include Maria Martinez and Rolando Padron and Clark Nelson. Sorry, Mr. Nelson. Marisol Palacios. Guests include Ofelia Carrion and Felipe Palacios and Trish Rayleigh. Dania Parsons. Guests include Damian Parsons, Adriana Parsons, and Kelly Barron. Krista Patterson. Guests include Charlotte Patterson and Margaret Sikora. Krista will be graduating from MCC next week. Cassandra Prado. Guests include Berta Martinez, Margarito Prado, and Renee Jacinto. Jimena Reynoso. Guests include Leticia Reynoso, Emmanuel Reynoso, and Reyes Lopez. Eliana Rodriguez Salazar. Guests include Vanessa Salazar and Jose Rodriguez and Lori Romero. Robert Rodriguez. Guests include Robert Rodriguez, Mary Rodriguez, and Renee Jacinto. Ricardo Rojano. Guests include Adriana Ricardo Rojano, and Ann Towers. Ricardo is also graduating from McClanahan Community College next week. Rebecca Rojo. Guests include Angelica Mije Rojo and Enrique Rojo and Dan Flegging. Rebecca will be graduating from MCC next week. Ryan Lorenzo Rosado. Guests include Jamie Rosado, Joshua Rosado, and Nick DeVoost. Abigail Salas. Guests include Benicio Salas, Maria Salas, and Erica Harder. Ariela Santa Cruz. Guests include Francesca Rico, Antonio Ledesma, and Marlena Massey. Ariel will be graduating from McClanahan Community College next week. Bailey Short. Guests include Nicole Short, Ryan Short, and Matt Menifee. Alexandria Thomas. Guests include Davy Lynn Thomas, Brenda Resendez, and Renee Jacinto. Alexandria will be graduating from McClanahan Community College next week. Jennifer Torres. Guests include Lucas Torres, Christian Martinez, and Erica Harder. Marisela Torres. Guests include Maria Moreno, Jose Santos Torres, and Karen Bayer. Fernando Velez Jr. Guests include Maria Velez and Araceli Ledesma. Fernando will be graduating from McClanahan Community College next week. Next, we have Savannah Vidania. Guests include Jose Vidania, Tisha Vidania, and Clinton Barano. I would also like to acknowledge Miss Savannah as a 4.0 graduate from McClanahan Community College next week, and she will be recognized at the ceremony with the highest honors. So congratulations. Gabriela Vidania. Guests include Adam Clapp, Angelina Clapp, and Sharon Inbody. Gabriela will also graduate with the highest honors recognition at McClanahan Community College next week with a perfect 4.0 GPA. Congratulations. John Zuniga. Guests include Geneva Rocio, Uvaldo Zuniga, and Gary Engelbrecht. Thank you very much.
Good evening. My name is Ashley Duncan. I'm the Director of Advanced Academics. And seniors, we have a special gift for you this evening. Each of you have a frame behind us that has your college acceptance letter framed for you, ready to take home. So before you leave this evening, please make sure you do take your frame with your picture, with your letter in it. Please do leave the frame stands for us for next year, though. Y'all should be very proud of yourselves. We have colleges from all across the state, and even some outside of Texas, so congratulations. We do have Waco High starting on this end in alphabetical order for the university, and university starting mid-windows and over, so congratulations.
If the Waco High seniors will please come forward.
Our first academic achiever is Andrew Cerny. His guests are Tamara and Joe Cerny, guest educator Ricky Torres, avid teacher at Waco High School. Andrew will be attending Brookhaven College. Marcos Acosta. Marcos' guests are Anna and Antonio Acosta, guest educator Crystal Martinez, former Spanish teacher at Waco High School. Marcos will be attending McClanahan Community College. Hannah Ashley. Her guest is Ian Ashley, guest educator Jefferson Gunn, former anatomy and physiology teacher at Waco High. Hannah will be attending Texas A&M University. Samuel Barron. His guests are Lauren and Dale Barron. His guest educator is Paul Gonzalez, senior English teacher at Waco High School. Sam will be attending Baylor University. Catherine Black. Her guests are Donna and Jay Black. Her guest educator is Jessica Burr, former athletic trainer and now English teacher at Waco High School. Catherine will be attending Texas Tech University. Brian Braswell. Guests Vicki and Kenneth Braswell. His educator is Joyce Strickland, his grandmother. Brian will be attending Texas Tech University. Jonah Bernius. His guests are Dr. Sarah Ryan and Joel Bernius. His educator is E.P. Garth, 8th grade teacher at Tennyson Middle School. Jonah will be attending the University of Texas at Austin. Derby Carlson. Guests Julie and Alan Carlson. Her guest educator is Carrie Forehand, choir director at Waco High School. She will be attending the University of the South in Sewanee. Michelle Sabalas. Her parents are Artemio Sabalas and Maritza Sabalas. Her guest educator is Maria Diaz, senior counselor at Waco High School. Michelle will be attending Texas A&M University. Hannah Clayton. Parents are Jackie and Todd Clayton. Her guest educator is Sergeant Major Willie Jones, ROTC instructor at Waco High School. Hannah will be attending Houston Tillotson University. Our next achiever will be graduating from MCC, Gloria Knatzer. Parents, Julietta and Kyle Knatzer. Her guest educator is Dr. Mary Whitty, GT teacher with Baylor University for Young People. Gloria will be attending Baylor University. Graduating from MCC with a 4.0, Taryn Corville. Parents, Javon and Christopher Corville. Her guest educator is Miriam Sawaya Blackman, former Spanish teacher at Waco High School. Taryn will be attending the University of Texas at Austin. Paige Dupuy. Parents, Mandy and Carrie Dupuy. Her guest educator is Kim Cook, GT teacher at Mountain View Elementary. Paige will be attending Texas A&M University. Dylan Dyer. Parents, Holly and Jerry Dyer. Guest educator, Andrew Hurtado, baseball coach and GCS lab teacher at Waco High School. Dylan will be attending Texas A&M University. Boots Felton. Parents, Joanne and Mark Felton. Guest educator, Kayla Stahl. Tennis coach and math teacher at Waco High School. Boots will be attending the University of Texas at Austin. A December 2018 MCC graduate, Alicia Gibson. Parents, Sandra and Manuel Gibson. Her guest educator is Corey Garrett, technical theater teacher and director at Waco High School. She will be attending the University of Texas at San Antonio. Elizabeth Grant. Parents, Jennifer and Jonathan Grant. Her guest educator is Stephen Petrie, pre-AP chemistry teacher at Waco High School. Elizabeth will be attending Texas A&M University. William Grant. Parents, Hillary and Christopher Grant. His guest educator is Larry Kling, former biology teacher and current assistant principal at Waco High School. Will be attending Harvard University. Dion Grisby, accompanied by Luana Arterburn. His guest educator is Destiny Magnum, graduation coach at McClanahan Community College. Dion will be attending Houston Tillotson University. Shemaya Harris. Parents, Shay Leak. Her guest educator is Emily Kuhn, athletic trainer at Waco High School. Shemaya will be attending the University of Texas at Arlington. Olivia Henderson. Parents, Charlotte and Ronald Henderson. Her guest educator is Kathleen Minshew, her kindergarten teacher at Hillcrest PDS. Olivia will be attending the University of Texas at Austin. MCC graduate Joanna Herrera. Her parent is Gabriel Herrera. Guest educator Susan Giddings, dual credit English teacher at Waco High School. Joanna will be attending Charlton State University. Esmeralda Houston. Parents Robin and Roger Houston. Her guest educator is Tim Walker, girls soccer coach and health science teacher at Waco High School. Esmeralda will be attending the University of Texas at Austin. Trisadia Johnson. Parents Amicia and Jordan Richardson. Her guest educator is Julie Murphy, AP Math teacher at Waco High School. Trisadia will be attending the University of North Texas. Amarpreet Kaur, parents Balvinder and Devinder Singh. Her guest educator is Alfred Freeman, Waco ISD Advanced Academic Mentor. Amar will be attending Texas A&M University. Madison Lacey, parents Ben and Noelle Lacey. Her guest educator is Carson Hadley, senior English AP teacher at Waco High School. Madison will be attending the University of Texas at Austin. Hunter Lim, parents Jessica and Robert Lim. Guest educator Heather Ogden, economics teacher at Waco High School. Hunter is undecided at this time which university she will attend. Nathaniel Lopez, parents Evie and Juan Lopez. Guest educator Maria Solis, retired teacher at Belton ISD. Nathaniel will be attending the University of Texas at Tyler. Hannah Martinez, parents Renee and Sam Martinez. Guest educator Patricia Morgan, fourth grade teacher at Mountain View Elementary. Hannah will be attending the United States Air Force Academy. Lazarius McLean, parents Stacy Levi and Leo McLean. Guest educator Paul Gonzalez, senior English teacher at Waco High School. Lazarius will be attending Texas State Technical College. Lauren Monroe, accompanied by Judy and Shep Neville. Guest educator Shamika Massington, Academy of Business and Industry teacher at Waco High School. Lauren will be attending the University of Texas at Austin. MCC graduate Isabella Perez, parents Leslie Evans and Chris Perez. Guest educator Miriam Sawaya Blackman, former Spanish teacher at Waco High School. Isabella will be attending Texas Tech University. An MCC graduate with a 4.0, Anastasia Reyes. Parents Jessica and Daniel Reyes. Guest educator Corey Gropp, former college and career counselor at Waco High School. Anastasia will be signing with the United States Navy. Tamara Ritchie, parents Tina Roberts and David Ritchie. Guest educator Carrie Novak, librarian at Waco High School. Tamara will be attending McClanahan Community College. Jaden Salganic, parents Lisa and Robert Salganic. Guest educator, Lana Hickok, theater teacher at Vanguard College Preparatory School. Jaden will be attending the University of Texas at Austin. MCC graduate, Giselle Solis, accompanied by Veronica Flores and Amando Perez. Guest educator, Joanna Mayberry, 5th grade teacher at Brook Avenue Elementary. Giselle will be attending Texas Tech University. Rachel Stevens, parents Ashley and Matt Stevens. Guest educator Rick Lowe, mock trial teacher at Waco High. Rachel will be attending the University of Texas at Austin. MCC graduate Carolina Ugarte. Parents Jose Ugarte and Daniela Ugarte. Guest educator Deborah Ajeri, Academy of Business and Industry teacher at Waco High School. Carolina will be attending Sam Houston State University. Evelyn Vallejo. Parents Elizabeth Vallejo and Victor Rojas. Guest educator Rachel Avilas, girls soccer coach and dual credit lab facilitator at Waco High School. Evelyn will be attending the University of Texas at Arlington. Rodolfo Vasquez. Parents Claudia and Sergio Vasquez. Guest educator Christine Williams, AP Human Geography teacher at Waco High School. Rodolfo will be attending the University of Texas at Arlington. Michael Wood, parents Amy and Mike Wood. Guest educator Matthew Bakovin, German teacher at Waco High School. Michael will be attending Texas A&M University. Anna Zander, parents Kim and Kirk Zander. Guest educator Maggie Davis, 5th grade math teacher at Hillcrest PDS. Anna will be attending Stephen F. Austin University. Let's give all of these graduates one more round of applause.
I am so excited for the new beginnings that all these students are about to make. But before we congratulate them one more time, I would like for all the parents of these students to please stand. I congratulate you as their first teachers. So what a wonderful evening it has been. And for all of you students, I want to remind you, this is a great night, but this is the beginning. It is not the end. So we will continue to think good thoughts about you, keep you in our prayers, and hope that you will come back to visit us for little old Waco, because we're going to always have you in our hearts. Thank you, and everyone have a great, great evening. Be careful going home.